I want to show you something before we get started. This is my little green, green, it's pink and green camo hunting bag, yard sale. It's awesome because it's small and the zipper stays zipped. This is an old beater Winchester Model 94. Rattle traps, they all are. You can't do that with a good Marlin, especially an old one. This is a late 50s or 60s, I believe. I don't know. I do know when I look up the numbers, but I have not looked up the numbers. And this one is pretty awesome because even without an elevator underneath the sight, 100 yards, this thing's dead on. I've done it many times. She has harvested her share. But what I want to show you was this. I finally got a little bullet holder. Of course, it was too big. Then I tried to put a little glue, not on the buttstock, but to pinch it. And then I decided, nah, that yanks. So I stitched it. So it'll hold for now. Just want to show you that, but I'll put a link to it on my the video description or something. It'll be somewhere. I just want to show you that in case you're tired of hauling bullets around in your pocket too. This is the actual one of the first winter walks I've done in the creek. There's a few more videos before this one that came out or are going to come out or already have come out. I don't know the order and the sequence because I get them confused sometimes. They're going to come out that were actually done in late fall or possibly in the summer, but I didn't put them out yet. So this is several flood after flood after flood. We're gonna do a little inner city creek treasure hunt. This is actually where it spills out. You know, would I even pick up that bottom of a bottle at the excavator site? Probably not. Hey, look. Common creek tire. It's hard to beat those. Even on a bad day, treasure hunting. I've always tried to not call it treasure hunting because that gets you banned from a lot of places. There's a lot of negative heartache or feelings that go with that when people think you're a treasure hunter. Even though I don't think I've ever found any treasures. I don't know how much we're gonna get to look around here today. That is so deep. This is actually an outer city creek. Look at that. That's pushing it. Got like 1 inch to go. No way, I just felt water going to my left. That's not good because I'm going hunting later on. I don't know, maybe not with these slacks on, I'm not. You can tell the floods have came. I'll show you how you can tell. Look. So let's see if there's anything worthwhile to send Jim in Mobile. I haven't talked about him in a while. He asked me not to, and then later on told me I could come back. So for those of you who have sent emails or asked me in the comments, how's my friend Jim doing? He's actually doing fine. He got leukemia, was diagnosed with leukemia, and has went through all the stuff that you go through when you get leukemia, which I couldn't even begin to guess. We kept in contact almost daily, maybe not quite daily. You know, when he could, when he felt like chit-chatting over the electrical letterways. And he pulled through it all, and he's back at work. So anyway, thank you all who prayed for him and thought about him. I told him. And everybody was asking how he was doing. So now that he's back at work, down in the bottomlands of Mobile, he needs something to be floated to him. I can't get any further down because the water's too high. Let's see if we can slip across right here. It may not happen today. I know what you're thinking. Why don't you carry a bag with you and clean up all the trash on earth everywhere you go? Because I don't want to. It's not what I'm here for. Okay, let's look around. All right, we're back where we started. It would take a big truck to haul all the trash out of here. But one good thing about a heavy rain, it takes all the silt off the top and leaves some fresh, new, trashy treasures in the bottom. I have found a couple old bottles in here. Oh, I just filled up my boot again. My boot again. I did see some golf balls over there. This is all pretty sandy and silty. There's a bone. What is that? It's like a speaker. That's too deep. It's still pretty early. This is my favorite time to do this. When most of the world's asleep, unless they're on the interstate. If you miss something in this water when you go to pick it up, you usually aren't going to get a second chance because it's going to be swept away. Take this early World War II dish. This is for sauces. I don't have any idea what that says. You know, I may keep that. What do you think? You can probably read that. I cannot. We're gonna harvest. I'm getting a bad reflection. It's not as bad as the one I see when every time I look in the mirror. We can send this to Jim. It's not gonna make it. We need a good floating ball. But every time I look in the mirror, all the lines in my face are getting clearer. But I found that the less makeup I wear, the better I'll look. I'm just kidding. I made a comment one time about, come here, Mr. Telephone Man. I gotta read you because I think you say something of interest. Stop floating away. It says, Conair. I thought they made hair dryers. Actually, I tell my daughter that. Both of them, that they don't need makeup. It kind of ages people a little bit, in my opinion. But I'm not an expert. If it was warm out, we would have already harvested. Look at that. We're not even in a bottle dump. But I love them. Let's see how much cleaner it is coming out of here. Get out. That's just an old, like Vicks or something. But you see them come out of the dirt dump when we're harvesting. Oh, it's chipped. But look how nice it is when it comes out of the water. It's like it's already been tumbled. That's an ABT. It's an already been tumbled bottle. It's an ATB squared then. Which just goes to show you. Let's hurt somebody. Let's hurt my cough. And I'm the only one out here. Maybe it was me. Maybe I'm developing a cough. Hey, there's a pan over there. I think it's too deep for me to get to. I've sent Jim a bunch of pans and dog food bowls and things like that. He loves them. He'll go out and catch them right before they hit the Gulf of Mexico to save the whales and everything else. And it works. There you go, Jim. Let me know when it gets there. How's it gonna make it? Pending bad weather. Here's a television screen. Oh, I see a lovely fresh picked, one owner dropped golf ball in a city creek. Wish I harvest. I see another one. Fresh and clean. That is a Fidelist number 4. Fidelist. Wish I harvest. Here's another Fidelist, I believe. I'm getting where I can recognize them now. Fidelist. Numero dos. Ni. Zwei. It's the only languages I can count in. German, Japanese, and a little bit of Spanish. I found this all Japanese channel in our list of channels. And I started watching it. And that's about all there is to that story. That's too deep to get over there. A lot of times it's news, but a lot of times they teach you more Japanese. There's a marble. What you talking about? Marbles? I want to pick it up without any, look at that. Little beauty. My bride's gonna be excited. I want to get in some sunshine for your viewing pleasure. May not happen. Marbles are cool. They're always on top. They just chill. They just kind of roll around with everything else. It's like shaking a bowl of cereal. I learned that trick as a kid. You can get all the marshmallows to the top. Here is a ball with a face on it, and it says hearts. That must be a doggy ball, huh? That thing is so heavy. We'll carry it around till we get tired of carrying it around. We may harvest, I'm not sure yet. I don't have a dog, but I run across. That's what I could do, carry dog treats. Or dog toys, and when a dog comes up barking at me, I throw it a treat. Or a dog ball. Sound it out. Or just go with sit, boo boo, sit. That never works. Ooh, see another shiner over there. Speaking of shiners, that looks like a fishing lure. My grabbers don't know what to think. They haven't played in the water in a long time. But they pick up all the trash on the way from my car to the door at Walmart, like everybody else does, because that's what we're there for. I think we about reached our travel limit here. I don't know, maybe there are some slight white caps. Oh, we can go further. Check out the Chariot Creek, yeah, Inner City Creekimus. This is the grandparents' lair, and you get up into here, and by the 80s layer, 80s and 90s, then you can go all the way to the top. This is us today on top. We put our trash on top. I want to read it too. There's somebody in a tree right there. That's who I heard. What's he doing? He's gone. His name was Ruslan. He's Russian. He was adopted. We just spent the last hour talking. He was adopted by an American family who went to Moscow wanting a kid. God, if I could have had the camera rolling for that whole thing, y'all would either never watched me again or been excited. But he super nice guy, just struggling. So he has no record. Clean cut fella. Those are everywhere too. And I told him he ought to go see it. He was 21 years old. He's homeless. And he was sleeping on a limb. That's who I heard cough earlier. And the first words out of his mouth were, "Do you know Jesus?" And I know what you're thinking. Why do all homeless people start with that? So we got to that eventually. And I don't consider myself an expert, but I've spent years studying the scriptures, and I do love the Lord, and I do know the Lord along with my family. So we had an incredibly long conversation, and it was awesome. So he is hopefully going to take my advice, since he's at the end of his ropes with nowhere to go and nothing. He said he doesn't have a criminal record. He's clean. He hasn't done drugs in years or anything else. He's going to go possibly join the military. But his incredible zealousness, what by that I mean in your face, not the gospel, but just, you know what I mean. You run across the guys on the street, and I told him, I said, man, you can't do that. You can't be one of those people that knock somebody down with what you believe and then get mad when they don't listen. And I could go into great detail for hours and hours about this, but I think it hit home with him. He's a good fella. He disappeared into the woods, and he's gonna he said he's gonna go. He said he's gonna go talk to a recruiter. I said, what do you got to lose, man? I said, you're not benefiting anybody right now, yourself or anybody. He wants a wife and a kid one day, and he wants to be a good dad and a good husband. And I was thinking heartbreaking. I think about my kids, like, crap, man. So I asked him where his parents were. He lived in Orange County, California. He said, well, they split up a few years after he got a little older. He said his dad went crazy, and his mom's mad all the time, so he has no relationship with him. And he ended up in Alabama. Huh. Interesting, huh? But when I see someone that's homeless, the first thing I think is that's someone's daughter, someone's son, someone's mother, someone's dad. True, some people get themselves there and it's their own stinking fault, but not everybody. So I kind of, before we go any further, let's harvest. Ruslan was his name. He said he left Russia when he was 7. I guess I'm done, man. I'm back where I started. We can look at a couple more minutes. We're gonna get right out here in the middle. So you want to start a heck of a discussion in the comment section. Go down the road about the homeless people and the gospel. Be nice. Don't be mean. Nobody likes a mean person. That's an Adidas. It's funny how Adidas are coming back. So is Champion clothing. When I was in school, people didn't even wear Champion clothes. That was considered a Walmart brand. But now it's all fancy pants. Now it's at places like Dick's Sporting Goods and stuff like that. Places like that. I'm done. I kind of lost my steam. What is that? Oh, you know what that is? Can you name that before I stand it up? Okay, I'm wrong. I thought it was the top 2A salt pepper shaker. It's not. It says 1 quart. We shall harvest. Now I get to go. I'm sure everybody's awake by now, so I gotta get back to the base camp. It ain't a far drive. I got about 45 minutes, I suppose. Whoops. Alright, thanks for watching my videos.